All right. Hey there, Mizzou fans, and maybe any other fans that are tuning in here on the internet. I'm Gabe DeArmond, the publisher of PowerMizzou.com. We are going to be leading up to the live commitment announcement of St. Louis University High School defensive back Isaac Thompson. He is set to announce here in 10 minutes. Our guy Sean Williams is at SLUH High School, and he will be the one actually doing the camera work and showing you the visuals from SLU High. I'm kind of anchoring things here from the home studio. We need a name for this place, but I'm going to call Sean here in about 5 minutes, and he's going to kind of set the scene for you. Isaac's going to take the stage at 4 o'clock at Elite Football Academy in Chesterfield, Missouri. And he will tell everybody where he's going to go to college and play ball. The finalists, as we believe them to be, are Michigan, Arkansas, and Missouri. That is from a list of somewhere around 33 offers, I believe, is what we have him with on Rivals. And those come from all kinds of schools across the country, really. I'm just going to read them off to you here. Arkansas, Florida, Florida State, LSU, Michigan, Ole Miss, Missouri, Penn State, Texas, USC, Arizona, Auburn, Baylor, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Iowa State, Kansas, Kansas State, Kentucky, Miami, Michigan State, Minnesota, Mississippi State, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Purdue, South Carolina, Southern Miss, Washington State, and West Virginia are the schools that have offered Isaac Thompson. He is a 2022 defensive back, again, from St. Louis University High School. He is the number 135 player in the country for the class of 2022, a four-star kid, the seventh-rated safety in the country, and the number 4 player in the state of Missouri. He visited Michigan a couple weeks ago, visited Missouri last weekend for the Vanderbilt football game, and then visited Arkansas actually midweek. I think that was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. He was down in Fayetteville. So those are believed to be the 3 finalists here for Thompson's commitment. And as I said, we're going to check in with Sean Williams here in about 3 minutes in Chesterfield. The general consensus for quite some time seemed to be that Isaac was going to commit to Michigan. There were, after his visit to Ann Arbor, there was a flurry of predictions for Isaac Thompson committing to Michigan. We made our predictions. Mitchell Forty and I both did last night that Missouri's going to keep Isaac Thompson in state. There seemed to have been, over the last 24 hours since we did that, kind of a shift in what people have thought on this, and Missouri now actually seems to be the leader, at least on Rivals, as far as publisher and analyst predictions. So we will see. Again, Arkansas in the mix, Michigan in the mix. Reports were that Jim Harbaugh had a long conversation, I don't know, Zoom, FaceTime, phone, whatever it was, with Isaac last night. And ultimately, in about 7 minutes, we're going to find out if that was enough to win Isaac Thompson over, or if he is going to become the second in-state commitment for Missouri's class of 2022. And a lot of you guys on here probably follow recruiting really closely. We may have some people that don't. We may have some people that are more casual recruiting fans that are just tuning in to see this kid make his announcement. So I want to kind of explain to you guys how this works. He's a 2022 kid. So he is not going to sign a letter of intent for about a year and 2 weeks. He is currently a junior in high school. He will still play his senior season for SLU next year. He will sign ultimately a letter of intent next December with whatever school, well, theoretically with whatever school he commits to. So, yeah, there's 12 months left, and plenty of things can happen regardless of where he commits today. However, it's always better to have a commitment from a kid and try to hang on to him than not have a commitment from the kid in the first place and be the ones trying to flip him. So Missouri, Arkansas, Michigan, hoping to get that kick-started. Missouri has one 2022 commitment right now. That is Max Wisner, a tight end from Lee Summit. And if Isaac Thompson were to jump on board today, he would be the second player in Missouri's 2022 class. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to dial up Sean Williams, who is live at Elite Football Academy, and you guys may hear the ringtone and all that, and if you do, I apologize, but that's kind of the way it works. All right, so we have Sean, and we have Sean on video. Sean, you are on camera, so, just want to give you that warning. You got me? Can you hear me and everything?
I can hear you just fine. Let me turn you up here, Gabe.
Perfect. So, all right, man, we're about 5 minutes away. Like I said, we are live. Just kind of tell everybody what's going on there in Chesterfield leading up to this thing.
Yeah, cool. It's a lot of coaches, family, friends in here, and obviously got the table set up. He's got a Texas hat, Arkansas, Missouri, Michigan, and Florida hats are on the table. But a lot of family, a lot of friends here, and coaches as well. So from SLUH. So that's kind of the scene right here, right now. I'll actually flip the camera and let you guys see it.
Yeah. What about? I know you're there. Any other local media? What's the situation there as far as reporters?
I don't see any other local media besides Peter here from the Athletics.
Okay. So nobody drove down from Ann Arbor or up from Fayetteville.
No.
For everybody, and we got a lot of people watching who may not subscribe to our site and be on our site every day. So for you guys watching that may not be familiar, Sean covers Missouri recruiting for us every day. And Sean, just kind of give people an idea. If this is Missouri in 4 minutes, how big a deal is this for the 2022 class and for Eli Drinkwitz?
Oh, it'd be huge, just in terms of momentum and keeping that in-state momentum going. But not only that, but just from a national perspective too. Thompson's rated 135th in the nation in the 2022 class, so that would be his highest rated recruit he's gotten since he's been at Missouri so far. So I mean, that would be a big deal, And then starting off the 2022 class with two very good commitments, two very good in-state commitments already. I mean, that'd be huge for momentum going forward.
And Thompson at 135, I think that's higher than any Missouri commitment in the 2021 class, right? If Missouri were to get him, that's higher than any kid they've got this year?
Yeah, Kyron Montgomery's number 208 and the Rivals 250 in 2021. So Thompson would be the highest commitment Drinkwitz has gotten so far.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big deal. And just kind of, have you had a chance to talk to anybody, not necessarily there today, but in the St. Louis area about, their impressions of what Eli Drinkwitz has done at Missouri in his time?
Well, just not specifically about today's ceremony, but just overall with the 2021 class, talking to head coaches, things like that. They're really impressed with Drinkwitz and his staff, their ability to kind of really connect with these kids, connect with the coaches. I mean, since he's really stepped foot in Columbia, he's really done a good job of focusing on in-state recruiting, getting those guys, especially from the St. Louis area, Kansas City, and everywhere in between, just kind of getting those guys to kind of buy into Missouri and what they're trying to do there as a staff and everything. They've done a really good job of just communicating with those kids and coaches and everything. So doing a lot of good stuff here, and a lot of people know about Missouri right now.
Do we have any hats on the table or anything, or do you have a feel for how Isaac's going to do this? Is this going to be pretty low-key?
Yeah, it's going to be hats. I'll flip the camera and show you guys. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, there's hats on the table. There's 5. There's Texas, Arkansas, Michigan, Missouri, and Florida. Those are the hats that are on the table right now.
Okay, so we assume it's going to be one of those 5. I mean, I guess you never know. We see weird things happen at commitment ceremonies, right? I mean,
right. I don't think there's any live animals here either, so that's good. Because if you had a live tiger here, that would be kind of dangerous.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be a fan. So basically what we're going to do is just kind of lead up to, and look, if Isaac comes out and they start to do this, just tell us, hey, shut up, turn your phone around, and I'll shut up and take myself off the screen, and we can, because nobody's here to hear me talk, really. But
nobody's here to hear me talk either. I can keep rambling if you want to, Gabe, but I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
Yeah. So Again, Isaac Thompson is a 4-star safety from St. Louis University High School, and hey, we've seen some commitment ceremonies, man. Sometimes they start on time, sometimes they last 35 minutes, sometimes they take questions from elementary school kids. Who knows? So we're gonna.
I don't see any elementary school kids here, so I think we're good on that regard. So I think we're gonna be good and not waste 30 minutes doing that. So.
Excellent. My favorite one was Jonathan Williams III, a basketball player, played like a 30-minute gospel song before he committed. So, and we actually carried that one live. So that was From
something. What I can tell, I think Isaac's going to be right on time, and I think it's going to be over pretty quick from what I can gather. So hopefully that bodes true. So
perfect. So yeah, we're going to hang out here. We got about 500 people online here watching. So this seems to be a big deal to Missouri fans. Maybe some people from Michigan, maybe Arkansas. Who knows? Maybe Florida. I don't know where they're all from. But
yeah, it could be. But nationwide, Dave. That's what we do, right?
Exactly, man. Worldwide. I mean, who knows where this could be. I actually, when we streamed Drew Locke's commitment, I got a comment that some guy watched it from Augusta, Georgia. He did not offer me free Masters tickets, so I was bummed. So we just want to be clear. If anybody's watching this and appreciates it and wants to give me and Sean free Masters tickets, 100% we'll take them. Like, we have no pride. We will 100% take them. So
yeah. Just a token donation to PowerMizzou.com.
Yeah, absolutely. So after this is over, Sean's obviously gonna talk to Isaac about the choice, and we'll have some. If it's Missouri, we're gonna have continuing coverage of that. If it's Michigan, we'll probably go ahead and just share it with our Michigan people, because Sean, I don't think you really need to write a Michigan story for free, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll probably just go get something to eat, man.
Yeah, perfect. There's be careful. Peter over there is gonna try to take you to Emos. Don't let him do that, man.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if he will, but I know Peter, and I know he loves emos. So, yeah. So,
okay.
Anyway.
Peter's over here scribing down the scene right now, so we're just showing everybody.
There you go. So
he's a better scribe than I am.
Yeah. Plenty of background noise, but a decent number of people there. Kind of too bad for these kids that it probably has to be pretty limited at this point.
Yeah.
Because you can't invite like 400 people and do it in the school gym.
Yeah, especially in these closed quarters. We're doing it pretty much in a hallway and kind of the opening to the field here at the Elite Football Academy. So, probably don't need to have a big crowd here.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, I don't know. Like, we've filled 7 minutes. I don't have a ton else to say, but like, we have to say something because, I don't want people just to stare, and appreciate all you guys making comments and stuff like that. And, that's great that we've got so many people here watching along. Isaac is building a little suspense. He's gotten good at that. Tweeted out things about all the schools over the last week, so I think he's done a pretty good job keeping everybody in the dark of what's happening.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do here, Gabe. I mean, usually you drink beer and promote your beer product, so I mean, you should be a little bit more prepared, I think.
Well, I'm a little, I just got back to my house like 15 minutes ago. I didn't have time it didn't feel appropriate to do a high school kid's commitment ceremony while drinking beer, right? So, I try to be a little bit more professional. Not often, but every now and then.
That's important.
Important. So,
we're important to have morals here.
we're at about 4:03 here, and again, we're kind of at the mercy of what's going on here, and we'll wait till everybody's ready. I don't know, Sean, if you want to just kind of flip the camera around to the table or whatever, and just kind of wait for people, that's cool.
I think that's a nice way of you saying that viewership has gone down since my face is on the camera.
No, we keep going up, man. We just hit 600. So actually,
okay,
if I took myself off the screen, I'm surprised we haven't had any sarcastic comments asking why you're wearing a mask.
Well, we're kind of packed in here like sardines, so being safe and everything.
Yeah. So, but no, anytime you just kind of want to flip that around, and we'll manage to fill. You can still hear me and all that.
You're good.
It's cool. So who knows? Maybe Jim Harbaugh and Sam Pittman and Eli Drinkwitz are sending some last minute messages, right?
Maybe. It's possible. I don't think so. Yeah, he doesn't have his phone. Isaac doesn't have his phone out, so.
Okay. I'm actually kind of disappointed that I haven't seen any comments from users named like Jim for UM or or coach drink or anything. So
Right. Yeah. So I'll kind of flip the camera around here so set the scene. There's Peter. Peter's scribing right now.
Sean,
Good
were you
for
back
him.
in the other room getting a workout in before this?
I should have been, but I wasn't.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll hang out and we'll be ready for Isaac when he is ready. We'll watch some kids work out in the background there. Maybe you'll pick up another prospect. Maybe you can see somebody back there. Yeah.
Class of 2025 working out over there.
100%. And Elite Football Academy, where you're at, Sean, I mean, they work with a lot of these big-time kids in St. Louis over the last few years.
Yeah, they do. They're got a really good rep, too, and they work with a lot of those kids that we've talked to that have committed to Missouri. So, yeah, it's a really good facility here. I haven't actually walked all the way through it yet. Just kind of been in the hallway part here, but it's really nice. I like the setup here and everything.
All right, so again, like Sean said, I think left to right the hats are Texas, Arkansas, Michigan, Mizzou, and Florida. Those are Isaac's top 5. There you go. Yeah, you can just like kneel down right in front of the table the entire time.
Hey man, I'll do what I gotta do.
Yeah. So now people are gonna break down like which hat is the nicest, right? The trucker version of the Florida hat.
You got the trucker version of Florida Gators right here. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You got Missouri.
Yeah. Got the vintage brand of Missouri and Michigan.
Right. A little bit of a trucker version of the Arkansas hat. So hat quality, we got Texas, Michigan, and Missouri's on the same wavelengths. Florida and Arkansas's the trucker hat versions.
I got to be honest. If I'm picking a hat, I got to go with Florida. I'm not saying he's going to Florida.
Right.
Just if I'm picking a hat. So.
That's definitely going to fit my large head very good. So I'll either go with Arkansas or Florida. The trucker style versions always work out well.
There you go. So.
There's Peter from the Athletic.
How you doing, Peter? You're on the internet, man.
All right, we're going live right now.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to shut up.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
You're good.
How you doing, man? Good seeing you, buddy. We're getting set up almost there. Yeah. Gabe, can you hear all the background noise?
You're good, man. Yeah, we can hear.
Okay.
You lost them all that way. I did have to. Make sure.
You didn't have one of these. You surprised everybody at the last moment. Like literally last month.
Yeah.
Did he give you advice?
Oh yeah. Definitely. He always does. Always does.
Yeah, I don't think there's any lack of that.
No. Yeah, so we can get the map. I'll just do the, I'll drive it back. I'm going to do the type anyway. No, you put it in. Once she gets my balance, she'll let you know, okay? And however you guys want to handle it, whatever you're doing.
All right, I just want to start by thanking everyone that's here. All you guys have an important role in my life, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So I was start to thank my trainers, Coach Matt and Coach Steph. I've been training Coach Matt since second grade, and he's always just been a great supporter of mine. And he told me in eighth grade when I was playing boom with him that I need to stop training with running backs and play DB. So I'm thanking him for that one. And Coach Steph, he completely changed my body over the last 3 years with just being a great trainer. Became a great family friend of me and all my family. That next, I'd like to thank my coaches, obviously Coach Cruz, Coach JC, Coach Jones, Coach Wall, of course, and Coach Butler and his family. They've been all great to me, and Coach Wall, Coach Al. I also like to thank my great friends all over there. Love having a great time with all you guys and everything. I love all you guys. And definitely Mr. and Mrs. Shelton and Alex for being my best friends in 6th grade. And last, I would like to thank my family. You know, they've always been here for me throughout everything. We've been through so much together, and they've been just great to me, my entire family, too. Just great to me. So for the next 4 years, I'm coming to the University of New York.
Yeah! Yes, MIZ.
All right, Coach Green. Take care, my boy. I know, care, my boy.
I know.
You on the clock, Coach Drake on the clock.
Really happy when you see the pants over there.
So you already knew.
Hey, I'll ask on TV, and I'm sure some of us, what was it about Mizzou, just for everybody else that's here? What won out of those other great schools?
I mean, it was just the home state, and I couldn't get better than playing SEC ball an hour away from home with the whole city behind me and the whole state of Missouri behind me and all these great people behind me just supporting me throughout everything for the next 4 years. It'll be great up there, and, you know, it's just perfect for me, perfect spot, always good.
All right, so that is Isaac Thompson, commits to the University of Missouri, 4-star defensive back out of St. Louis University High, and a huge get for Eli Drinkwitz and the Missouri Tigers. And, folks, I got to be honest with you here. Sean Williams actually talked to Isaac about 45 minutes ago before he made that announcement. Sean got to Elite Football Academy at about 2:45 today. He talked to Isaac, and so now you're going to hear from Isaac why he picked Missouri.
That was the right decision for me.
Gotcha. So, I mean, just kind of felt that right away.
Yeah, I felt it the first time, but it just made me feel even better about my decision.
You talk about Missouri, what they've done so far this year. Obviously, you got to watch them last weekend. What do you like about their defense? I know they like it in the secondary. What do you like about their defense? What do you like about just them overall so far?
Yeah, well, their defense plays amazing week in and week out with Coach Walters as the DC. So, and Coach Gibbs and Coach Cheese know I'm versatile. I could play corner, I could play safety, I could play nickel. So they can move me around at all those spots, and they always play great safeties and great corners with Ennis Rakenshaw there playing great as a freshman, and they've been playing different freshmen throughout the entire season, so I get a really good opportunity to play early.
What do coaches specifically like about you, and where they kind of see you fitting into that defense?
Well, Coach Gibbs obviously likes me at corner, but Coach Cheese likes me at safety, so they're going to have to figure that one out. But they love my size and just how I play the game, and with my size, I'm able to play any position on the field.
That's good. So they'll have to do rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure that one out.
Right.
I'll leave that up to them.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, too, just your season this past year. I know it was kind of cut short. Anything you kind of think you improved on? I think you only played like one game,
Yeah,
right?
I had COVID, and I got back from my last game, but I played that game at 205. And I felt great being able to come up at strong safety in the box and just be able to play the run fit. And I'm still able to cover really, really well. And I kept that speed that I always had, and I'm able to run and be able to come up in the run fit whenever I want to.
Okay. You mentioned 205. Is that like something you were kind of looking to gain more weight, I guess, going into the season?
Well, yeah, my trainer, Coach Steph, he's the best trainer in St. Louis, and he just put on straight muscle with me, not any bad weight at all that messed up my mobility or anything. So I just naturally put on that 205 weight, and it's been going great for me, and haven't seen any changes at all. Negative changes, but a ton of positive changes.
That's good, man. Always good to gain weight and keep that speed. So,
Exactly.
So you'll have you and Max Wisner, who's the tight end. Are you familiar with him?
Yep, I've been in contact with him a lot, and I've been talking to a few other kids from St. Louis, and I'm gonna try to get a few of those guys on board too.
I was gonna ask you got any specific names?
I'm gonna try to get Toriano Pride, Xavier from Iowa. They've been talking to him a lot. I'm gonna try to get Cam Epps. I'm gonna try to get a lot of players from St. Louis to play with me. Yeah.
Sounds good. And we'll kind of get to know you a little bit more. Whenever you got into football, just talk about what age you kind of got into football, when you started liking it and everything.
Well, my family's always been a football family. My dad played at Michigan State. Coach Matt here, I started training with him in second grade right here, and he's been training me ever since, every off season. So that's just been great, and he taught me the game and everything, and I just loved it ever since. And I've always been a football guy, and just love the game, and just sit in the basement all day with my dad watching games Saturday night and everything. So.
There you go. When did you know you were good? Like, was there a certain age you kind of was like, hey, I'm really good at this?
Well, second grade, I kind of noticed that I was different than everyone else, and I kind of just always practiced and played like I was different and trained as if I'm preparing to be a D1 football player. And my dad always taught me that, and I've been sticking with that ever since.
Gotcha. Just talk about some of the players you kind of look up to, emulate your game after, whether that's in college or NFL. Who do you like to watch?
I would say Earl Thomas and Charles Woodson. Those are two guys that are very versatile in the defensive backfield, and I feel like I emulate my game after those guys.
Okay. Good deal. And last thing I'll ask you, a message to the Missouri fans out there.
Be ready for 2022. We're gonna have a lot of good players, and it's gonna be great.
All right, thanks, Isaac. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right, so there you go. Isaac Thompson, 4-star safety from St. Louis University High, commits to the Missouri Tigers. Look, we've got work to do. We've got a lot of coverage of this coming. There should already be a story on the site. Sean Williams is going to do more. We'll have that video interview posted. So appreciate all you guys joining us. Glad we could do this. Glad we pulled it off. And we will be back later on.